Who's excited for the new L'Homme Cologne Forte, a new flanker to the long-standing L'Homme collection of fragrances? This is probably like flanker 15. Have there been that many? There's been a lot, actually, that have come and gone, and this is the latest. It's a limited edition, and I think they'll run out of this one. They generally are launching limited editions here at Guerlain. Last year, they launched Habit Rouge Spirit, which was a limited edition, so this will run out really fast as well, unless it's a dud. But I haven't got my nose on it. I'm curious to get my nose on it. It's one of many different L'Homme collection fragrances. I looked up on Guerlain, that's where I ordered this from, and there's only 4 total L'Homme fragrances listed there. Of course, this is the new one, Cologne Forte. We've got the original. It's a different bottle now. This is my older bottle. They've got the Eau de Parfum, and then they have the Parfum. So those are on the USA Guerlain website. I looked on the European website, and they actually also feature L'Homme L'Intense and L'Homme Extreme. So those are still selling in France, but they're not selling here. But today it's all about the Cologne Forte. Let me know if you've got your nose on it. Are you excited for this one as much as I am? I should say I'm excited for this, but I wasn't as excited as I was with the Habit Rouge Spirit. So let's see what they've done. But before I get to smelling this, opening it up and smelling it, it's a 2026 launch. It's Delphine Jelk, the Perfumer. Fresh woody citrus is what I would call this. It's 100 ml for $165. It's Eau de Parfum concentration. So I believe, let me read a little bit something here. From Delphine Jelk, which is written on the Guerlain website, the bitterness of the almond, exalted by the invigorating freshness of grapefruit notes, is warmed by the woody notes of vetiver and incense. And from the Guerlain website, it also says, as fresh as an eau de cologne and as strong as an eau de parfum, L'Homme Cologne Forte holds paradoxes in harmony. An almond treated with a hot-cold effect. On one side, grapefruit notes deliver a burst of invigorating freshness at the top. On the other side, vetiver and incense come together to form a backdrop, offering the fragrance a deep, woody warmth. So I think the best cologne they've had is the original cologne in the white bottle. But they also launched a few years ago the Platinum Prive, which I also have here. And that's no longer around as well. So let's open this up. Are you a fan of this collection? If you are a fan, what is your favorite in the series of the ones I mentioned? I think the Parfum is super awesome. I just feel like it's not as intense as I wanted it to be, but I enjoy the smell quite a bit. But either way, this is the L'Homme Cologne Forte. I think they were going into that ice-cold direction. So it's almonds, grapefruit, vetiver, and incense. That's what's credited on the Guerlain website. But some of the databases are listing other notes as well. Ooh, I can totally smell the grapefruit. The almond comes in. I can get a little bit of that nutty warmth. It's quite cool and crisp. Vetiver's coming in. I feel like the vetiver is very much like Guerlain's vetiver. Wow, vetiver is pretty dominant, actually. So it did say, I was looking at the description of what they wrote on Guerlain. It says, vetiver and incense come together to form a backdrop, offering the fragrance a deep, woody warmth. I personally don't get much warmth from vetiver in general, and incense is a cool note for me, not necessarily warm. It's not vanilla, it's not resins. It's a cool resin. I like the dry down. I like the combo of the vetiver and the incense. I think it's priced quite high. It's $165 because it is an eau de parfum. You're getting a cologne and eau de parfum concentration pretty much. So I think what they've done is they've taken the original cologne, which launched many years ago. I believe it was the second version they did. And they've twisted it and turned it around and made it deeper. But I feel like this still acts like a cologne, but it just has deeper notes in the base. And most of the time when I deal with cologne fragrances, cologne concentration, they usually generally have these deeper notes in the base to begin with. But maybe I think what they've done is they've actually intensified the deeper notes while keeping the quantity of the top notes that are the fresher notes. All right, well, I like it. We're not breaking any new ground. It reminds me of the original cologne, but it is a little different. I think the vetiver is quite strong here. And also, the citrus is kind of wearing off. All right, let's spray some on skin. Yeah, I spray a lot. It's pleasant. I like the combination of the almonds. There's a slight creamy nuttiness with the almonds in comparison to the zing of the grapefruit. I like that combo. That's when it acts like a cologne. It's very fresh, very invigorating, very crisp. There's a coldness about it, although that almond is providing a slight warmth to begin with. I think that almond is what starts the warmth on the journey to the vetiver and incense. On the skin, I'm also smelling the incense a little more. It's got this kind of a resinous smokiness, but not super warm. Honestly, it doesn't deserve the limited edition release. I think it's something we smelled before, and it's super fresh. So it's not like something that, I mean, I got excited for this, and that's probably what happens with everyone that's into fragrances that are collecting or, consuming L'Eau Medial fragrances. I got excited for it, but now that I have it, it's not much to get excited about. They've already done cologne style fragrances. It's acting a lot like it with a little more boost of the vetiver and the incense that's in here. And the fact that it's limited edition, they want you to hurry to get one because they're kind of scaring you to think that, oh, if I don't get one, I'm going to miss out. So if I miss out, I miss out. I don't have a full bottle of the original cologne, so this will come in handy as a replacement for it. I actually prefer the cologne more because from what I remember, the almond was a little more intense and the almond provided a soft powdery effect to the cologne, mostly cologne fragrance, and eventually created a warmth and invigorating coolness together, which here I feel like the almond is taking a backseat. It's a lot of grapefruit and a combo of the vetiver and the incense together. I'm going to try the Platinum Prive because I think the Platinum Prive was also similar to the cologne. Who got a bottle of the Platinum Prive? This launched with the Habit Rouge Rouge Prive. Oh man, if you haven't gotten your nose on the Habit Rouge Rouge Prive, that stuff is awesome. This seems a bit darker, but I remember when I first got this, it reminded me quite a bit of the cologne. I'm not sure why this is acting a bit dark here. It's mostly fresh though, but there's something dark in there. So it's not really acting like the cologne, unfortunately, not off the top. This is actually acting a lot deeper than the L'Eau Medial Cologne Forte. And it's an eau de toilette, whereas the L'Eau Medial Cologne Forte is an eau de parfum. This is much deeper. It's thicker and denser. And L'Eau Medial Cologne Forte is crisp and fresh, very invigorating. But yeah, much deeper. Let me know if you got yourself a bottle of that. No, I think it reminds me of the cologne, but I think it's like it comes off much more concentrated than the original cologne. So, but going back to the Cologne Forte, I think the grapefruit's coming out more now, but definitely picking up the incense and the vetiver. I would say test before you buy. It's not super exciting. No. So let's go to the Parfum. Let's talk a little bit about the Parfum because the Parfum is super awesome. I just wish it was beefy. Like this launch with the Vetiver Parfum and the Habit Rouge Parfum. For me, the Habit Rouge is the most intense and also really super awesome. I like the way this one smells quite a bit. I just wish it was a bit more beefy on me. But I like the booziness and I like the almondy touches. Yeah, it's quite good. It has the warmth. I mean, they've taken the fragrance into somewhere that's much more deeper. But personally, I think this collection in general never was super beefy. I never got that from this collection. I mean, it started with the original, and I have the original bottle. It's no longer looking like this. It looks more like the bottles of the new Cologne Forte. So the labeling is similar to this now. But this is the Eau de Toilette, the original Eau de Toilette, and this is how it came. And the Cologne was a similar bottle, but it was white rather than black. Let's check this one out real quick. I think this launched in 2014. Is that when it launched? Yeah, it's kind of a nutty, fresh, a little bit almondy, sweet, spicy, aromatic combo. Guerlain says this is the first almond fragrance for men that they've created, which I don't know if they've created any other almond fragrances. I actually like this one more than the Cologne Forte, and it's cheaper. I mean, It's got deeper notes, but it's not super intense like an Eau de Parfum or a Parfum would be. Yeah, this smells better. But some people like the freshness, more invigorating qualities of a cologne, and that's what they've given you there. Let's try the Extreme and the L'Intense, which are both selling. Actually, let's try the Eau de Parfum, and this is the original Eau de Parfum as well. Then we'll try the L'Intense and the Extreme. And along the way, they've also had the Sport, which I'm completely out of. And they've also had the Cool. I think it was a minty. Is that what it was called? Cool? So this is the Eau de Parfum. It's gotten deeper, a little bit more ambery, powdery, a bit cherried, but still kind of keeping the original L'Eau Medial DNA. These aren't acting super intense, by the way. It's pleasant. I wore a lot of that when it first came out. This is the L'Eau Medial L'Intense, which was after, I believe they also had, prior to that, they had the Sport, then the L'Intense. The L'Intense first came out in an all black bottle, then they made it clear, the label went black. I think this is a smoky take on the original L'Eau Medial. I think this one also had chili pepper as a note from what I remember. So they were trying different things, and I can smell the chili. There's a hot peppery spice in there. For a long time, for me, my favorite was the Eau de Parfum. Then I started enjoying the L'Intense, but what I really enjoyed was the Extreme. The Extreme was super sexy. I think the Extreme is great. If they gave us a Parfum of the Extreme, which I think the Parfum has those touches a little bit. I love this. Super boozy, yeah, a bit tobacco-ish, I think. Super spicy, keeping the almondy touches. That's great. Really great. But the sad thing is, on the Guerlain website, these two are no longer available. But they are in the French website. And actually, I should clarify, I looked at the Sephora.fr website, and they had these. Obviously, they were in the new bottles, the L'Eau Medial L'Intense. I don't know what I have on my hand. It's all black. L'Eau Medial L'Intense and the L'Eau Medial Extreme, they were on the Sephora.fr website. So they were there. I didn't check the Guerlain website because it was like loading up too many pop-ups. So you won't be able to find the Platinum Prive, obviously, because it's a limited edition and it came out like 2 or 3 years ago. But let's go back and try this one once again. I mean, if you're looking for a freshy take on the original L'Eau Medial, I'd go for it. It is a bit pricey. See if you can get it at a discount. I don't know if sellers of Guerlain fragrances will have this, so that I cannot help with. That way you can go smell it and you like it enough to buy it. But maybe they can send a sample, but they didn't send me a sample of this when I bought it. I just got it as is. I don't think we're breaking any new ground. It's very similar to the original with the base notes changed up. It is getting woodier and, smoky, resinous, incensey. And that's pretty much the difference here. So yeah, it's deeper. I don't think it's that exciting of a fragrance to make it a limited edition. I felt like Habit Rouge Spirit was a lot more exciting for me as a limited edition. This one, I can totally skip. That's my honest thoughts about it. But some of you like these fragrances more than the deeper, richer fragrances like Habit Rouge Spirit. So this might appeal to you more. But I'm just telling you, this is not super exciting. I've smelled it before, and yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts. This is L'Eau Medial Cologne Forte. Let me know your thoughts if you've sampled it. Add a comment below. I should say my favorite version currently is the Parfum, followed by the Extreme. The Parfum is on the Guerlain USA website, but the Extreme is no longer. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on L'Eau Medial Cologne Forte. Are you rushing out to get that one, or are you going to wait it out? If you already have it, are you enjoying it? Or if you bought it blind, you're not enjoying it? Let me know. Put some comments down below. But thanks so much for watching today. If you have any questions or comments, please list below. Please like the video. Give a thumbs up so it helps with the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please click the subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon so you'll be notified for future videos. And also, don't forget, please subscribe to my YouTube Shorts channel. I'll be posting content there. I'm moving all shorts off of here. I haven't posted since the end of October, and I will start posting shorts there. If you prefer shorts content, definitely subscribe to that channel. It's linked in the info box. go there and I'll start posting content there as well. See you guys later. Bye-bye.